What is really stopping you from becoming fully self-expressed? My name is Ross, and I help men in their 30s and 40s rediscover their direction and have the confidence to express themselves into the world so they feel strong and capable to build the life they've always dreamed of. If you'd like to book a call with me, there's a link in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. I've never really felt like I've been able to self-express myself in a manner that I would really love to be able to do, if that makes sense. So, I've had a lot of trouble with that aspect of my life, and so it's become the one biggest thing that I aim for in every sort of area of my life is to become fully self-expressed, and be able to share my viewpoints, but also this goes through also my, with regard to writing, with regards to learning, because I've always wanted to learn. If I could have gone to university when I was younger, I would have done, but because of my very sort of poor education, and I don't want to say an inability to learn, but there was a belief that I couldn't learn, and so there's a belief that I couldn't learn, and I also had difficulty at school, so it wasn't particularly easy for me to get the grades that I might have needed to go to university, and then I didn't really know what I wanted to do anyway, so learning's been a big thing, but yeah, it's very very frustrating, I suppose. And then again, I've picked up the guitar in recent years, and I've recently been doing that again. I've been doing singing lessons and all these kinds of things, and all of that is to do with my own sort of self-expression. I'm sort of doing those things because I want to be a fully self-expressed person. I do know that I've always wanted to write my own music and to produce my own music, and so I've never really had the confidence to do that. So that's what I started doing back along about sort of 2 years ago now. And I feel in a sense that the content creation part of this as well, that's another expression of that. And there's a large part of that is wanting to get it right, and there's also a large part of that is wanting to have some kind of system that I can plug my ideas into, and then it sort of, in a sense, produces something at the end of it which is understandable by both myself and you guys and anybody else that wants to view my content. And if I think about it, really, there's a tendency to try and morph what I kind of, in a sense, have in my daily life. So I know what I go to work, I know what I'm doing at work. Maybe I get up in the morning as well, and I know what I'm doing in the morning. So let's start with work. Let's start with work. So I know I go into work, and I know what I'm doing. I can sort of shut myself off and get on with the job that I have to do, and know that I can sort of complete it fairly successfully. It's a practice routine, and the only trouble with that is that I can go in and do my job, but it's not very eventful or very interesting, and it's definitely not that self-expressed in that sense. And I can have a tendency to sort of morph that onto everything in my life. There's a want for an end result in that respect. There's a want to get to the end of stuff, and that's part of the purgatory that I was experiencing at work. It's like I need money, I don't want to be here, I'd rather be at home, so I want to get to the end of my day in order so that I can get home and do whatever it is that I do. Maybe surf the net, maybe watch YouTube videos, sit down, eat something, whatever that might be. Sometimes I might go to the gym or something, That was in the past. It was a means to an end, in a sense, and that was what I used to do. And so I have a tendency to do that with everything in my life. You know, it's like, well, if I get to the end of this, then I'll feel better. If I get to the end of this, then I'll have achieved something. If I get to the end of this, and like, you know, I have this all the time, and I believe that a lot of people do as well. If I get to the end of this, then people will see what I'm doing, and I'll get the recognition, you know, that I so badly desire. You know, that's living in the future. It's living in the future constantly. So you're never really present in the moment and enjoying the process of doing things. And you know, it's like, I guess in a sense, there's a pain. Pain is something that you go through in your life, and it's kind of inevitable that it will happen. And I think it's probably more, for me, it's more about how you deal with that pain. Do you use it as a tool to assess what's going wrong with your life, and then take the required action in order to see what you can do with the information that you have, and discover a new way of doing things? Or do you take that pain and do you dwell on the pain? Do you dwell on it and put yourself in a state of inaction? And I suppose in a sense that's what I was doing in the past. You know, I was taking my pain, I was dwelling on the pain, I was believing I couldn't get over the pain, and I knew that really wasn't serving me. And to a degree, and to a massive degree now, this is what I do with my content. This is what I do with the things that I'm actually trying to move forward in my life with. This pattern is superimposed upon those things, and this is the barrier that I come up against every time I sit down to do a piece of content. And it can become wearing at times. It can become very wearing, and it's not always easy to sit with those emotions and those feelings and be able to make any kind of sense out of them, because you're overwhelmed, you're in that state. So it's not a very easy process. So what do you feel blocks your pathway to full self-expression? Let me know in the comments section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.